Hey, why would you do something like that? Mysil had bought a skirt for my daughter, but my daughter had thrown it in the trash. As I raised my voice in anger, and my daughter slowly turned around. However, seeing my daughter's expression, I caught my breath. "Mom, look at this," my daughter said, tears streaming down her face as she pulled the skirt out of the trash. The moment I saw it, I was at a loss for words. Why in the world? Why would Mysil give this to my daughter? A mix of shock and uncontrollable anger started to boil inside me. My grip on the skirt tightened. I was determined to make Mysil confess why she did it. My name is Riley Collins, 32 years old. I'm a registered dietitian, working as a cook in a nursery school. My husband, Miles, and I have been married for nearly 7 years. We have a family of 3 with our recently turned 5-year-old daughter, Hannah. Our marriage is strong, and despite being busy with both of us working, we lead a fulfilling life. Hannah never seems lonely and always tries to do things on her own. Life with my family was truly happy. Then, one day, when I got home from work, there was a call from my brother, Isaac, who is 2 years older than me. I was surprised but promptly responding. Isaac spoke with a bit of nervousness. "It's been a while, Riley. How are you?" "Hi Isaac, I'm fine. Is something up?" "Well, actually, I was thinking of visiting you soon. To our place. That's unusual. Is something wrong?" "Actually, I'm getting married." His unexpected announcement made me exclaim, "What? What do you mean?" I asked, and Isaac began to speak with a shy smile. "Exactly what it sounds like. I'm 34, it's not strange for me to get married, right?" "Well, that's true, but I had no idea you had a girlfriend, so I'm surprised. We've been dating for about a year. You know, our parents are no longer with us, so I wanted to make sure to introduce her to you." "Isaac." "Yes, both our parents had already passed away. Our father died of illness 5 years ago, and our mother followed the next year. The only blood family I have left is Isaac." Unlike me, Isaac was still single and had been deeply saddened that he couldn't introduce a wife to our parents. For him, marriage must hold a special meaning. Now that our parents are gone, I'm his only family. Isaac must really want to report his marriage to me properly. I could feel his emotions coming through the phone. Unaware of my teary eyes, Isaac continued, "The date for our marriage registration is already set. Now, I just need to introduce her to you, Miles, and Hannah." "Really? Our place is always open on weekends, so can I come this Sunday?" "Of course. Hannah will be thrilled to see you after so long. I'm looking forward to it too. I need to buy a new toy for Hannah." "Oh, please, go easy, will you? You always spoil her with gifts every time you visit." "That's true, but Hannah is like a daughter to me. Since Hannah's birth, Isaac has doted on her as if she were his own child. Perhaps because he was unmarried, he would bring toys and clothes as gifts every time he visited. Isaac always spoiled Hannah, so she was always glued to him when he visited. Their relationship was more like that of a brother and sister with a big age gap, rather than an uncle and niece." Just as I ended the call with Isaac, Hannah came out of the bath. When I told her about Isaac's visit this weekend, her face lit up with joy. "What? Uncle Isaac is coming. Seems like he wants to see you." "Really? I want to see him too. Will he bring me a toy?" "Yay, he said he would." "You're lucky." "Yay. I can't wait for Uncle Isaac to come." Seeing Hannah's happiness made me happy too. Meanwhile, Miles looked a bit sad, but even that was endearing to me. A few days later, in the afternoon, our doorbell rang. Standing at the front door were Isaac and a petite, charming woman. "Riley, this is Leliani, my fiancée," Isaac introduced. Following his introduction, his fiancée, Leliani, greeted me with a smile. "Nice to meet you." As I ushered them into the living room, Hannah rushed towards Isaac with great excitement. "Uncle Isaac, it's been a while." "Hey Hannah, you've grown so much. I'm already 5 years old now. You're a big girl. Here, this is your toy for today." "Wow. Thank you, Uncle Isaac." Hannah gleefully unwrapped the bag she received from Isaac. Inside was a popular toy for kids her age, and she immediately started playing with it. As I made tea and served it to Isaac and Leliani, Isaac started talking seriously. So, Riley, Miles, thanks for making time today. This is Leliani, my fiancée. Leliani, you're very charming. I feel like you're too good for Isaac. Hey, don't say that. Leliani is indeed charming, though. You admit that. Stop showing off, haha. Oh, come on. You're the one teasing me. Miles and Leliani chuckled at the exchange between me and Isaac. Leliani, with her cute laughter, was indeed too good for Isaac. Leliani, are you sure you're okay with my brother? I asked, half-jokingly. She chuckled again and replied, of course, Isaac is the one for me. Really? Having someone as wonderful as Leliani marrying my brother, I guess the world isn't so bad after all, haha. He is a very special person to me. Really? I'm glad to hear that. Isaac has an average face, and he's a bit too kind-hearted. That's true, Haga. But don't worry, I'll be watching over him as his wife from now on. Isaac grinned happily at Leliani's words. Watching them, I couldn't help but smile. The following month, Isaac and Leliani got married, and this is how Leliani became my sil. Since then, they regularly started visiting our home. Every time, Isaac brought toys and clothes for Hannah. Hey Hannah, this is for you. Well, this dress is from my favorite place. I made sure to ask your mom what you'd like. Make sure to wear it a lot, okay? Yay. I'll wear it a lot. Thank you, Uncle Isaac. Hannah and Isaac always got along well, and it was always like this when they visited. About a year after Isaac's marriage, Isaac and Leliani visited our house as usual. That's when I noticed something different about Leliani's expression. Well, did Leliani always have such a stern look? She used to have a much gentler vibe. I wonder if something's wrong. She was watching Isaac and Hannah play with an intense gaze. I felt concerned and decided to speak to Leliani. Hey, is something bothering you? Why do you ask? It's just that you seem different today. I'm sorry if I'm mistaken. No, you're not mistaken. I've been a bit troubled lately. I see. If it's okay with you, I can listen to what's on your mind. Thanks, Riley. But it's something talking won't solve. Leliani cut me off with a dismissive tone, almost as if mocking. This was the first time I saw her like this, and I was so surprised I couldn't find the right words. Struggling, I desperately searched for the right words to say. Right, I see, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Riley, you don't seem to have any worries, do you? Huh. No, that's not true. Well, I think it's better to be carefree like you. Being sensitive like me means you end up worrying about a lot of things. Ah, I see. Her words sounded like a compliment, but they were the exact opposite. It felt like she was belittling me. Why did she have to say it like that? I was just genuinely concerned. Now I feel foolish. Since then, I started feeling uncomfortable around Leliani. Then one day, Hannah said something that caught my attention. Mom, can Uncle Isaac come alone next time? Why's that? Because Uncle Isaac's wife always looks at me with scary eyes. Really? She does. Yes. She's always glaring at me. And sometimes she doesn't even respond when I talk to her. It was rare for Hannah to speak ill of someone. The fact that she said this much. From Hannah's perspective, Leliani's gaze must have indeed been frightening. Even if that were the case, the dislike would only be towards me. Why then? Is it because she doesn't like my daughter since she doesn't like me? If that's the reason, it's too unfair for Hannah. At this rate, Hannah will also develop a dislike towards Leliani. Worried, I decided to find a chance to talk to Leliani about it. 2 months later, Isaac and Leliani visited after a long time, and Leliani's mood was incomparably better than before. She was constantly smiling, and there was no trace of the scary atmosphere from last time. Was it all in my head? Or was it just a bad day for Leliani back then? As these thoughts crossed my mind, Leliani approached Hannah with a big smile. Hannah, I have a gift for you today. A gift? Yes. Look at this. I bought this skirt thinking it would suit you. For me. That's right. Open the bag after I leave and have a look at it on your own, okay? Thank you. Hannah hugged the bag she received, her face bright with happiness. No wonder, as the gift was clothes from her favorite brand. Leliani must have asked Isaac about Hannah's preferences. I was genuinely happy that Leliani thought of Hannah and bought her something. After Isaac and Leliani left, Miles went out for shopping. As I began vacuuming, watching Hannah happily opening her gift from the corner of my eye. But right after that, I stopped the vacuum cleaner and raised my voice. Hey! What are you doing? The gift from Leliani was a skirt from Hannah's favorite brand. Shockingly, Hannah had thrown it into the trash can. As I yelled, Hannah slowly turned around. But seeing her face, I involuntarily gasped, "Mom, look at this." Sobbing, Hannah pulled the skirt out of the trash. The moment I saw it, I was at a loss for words. What is this? When I unfolded the skirt, I saw mud-like stains, and the back was torn to shreds. Why? Why would she give such a thing to Hannah? A mix of shock and uncontrollable anger started to rise within me. My grip on the skirt tightened. I finally understood. Leliani disliked not only me but also my daughter. This was deliberate harassment. I explained the situation to Miles, and the next day, we decided to call Isaac and Leliani over again. I decided to leave Hannah with Miles and went outside. The next day, Isaac seemed to have no idea why he was called again. Thinking it was just for some reason, he casually asked, "What's up?" I told Isaac the truth. The skirt Leliani gave to Hannah yesterday was smeared with mud, and the back was shredded. What? That can't be true. That's a bit too harsh for a joke. Then look at this. I showed Isaac the skirt Hannah had received the day before, spreading it out in front of him. Isaac's eyes widened as he turned to Leliani and muttered softly, "What's this about?" When I glared at Leliani, she sighed heavily and began to speak indifferently. "So what? It's not a big deal. I just don't like you guys." "Why's that? Did Hannah or I do something to offend you?" "Not really. It's just annoying that you have a child and Isaac keeps buying toys and clothes. We don't have kids, and that bothers me. For such a selfish reason." "Selfish? Do you have any idea how much I've suffered because of you and your daughter?" Leliani's reasoning was incredibly self-centered. Apparently, she assumed she would get pregnant soon after their marriage. However, as months and a year passed without pregnancy, she was diagnosed as having difficulty conceiving. This was a huge blow to her pride, and she must have kept this fact hidden from Isaac. That's why she disliked me just for the fact I had a child, and even harassed Hannah. Knowing all this, I began to tremble with anger. "Please don't ever come here again." At my murmur, Isaac slammed the table and stood up. "Isaac, this is ridiculous." "What? This is ridiculous. Are you insane?" Isaac glared fiercely at Leliani and raised his voice. "You can't be serious. What you're doing is insane. I can't forgive what you did to my dear sister and niece. I never thought you were such a twisted person." "What? I'm not in the wrong here. It's all your sister's fault." At Leliani's retort, Isaac showed his fangs. "What? What did my sister do? Riley has just been working hard raising her child. She celebrated our marriage so much. How can you do something like this? How can you do such terrible things to your husband's brother and sister? Don't you realize what you have done?" It was the first time I saw Isaac so distraught, which oddly made me calm. But Leliani, even in this situation, showed no remorse and just sighed. Finally, Isaac said to her, "We're getting a divorce." At that, Leliani's eyes widened in shock. With a strained expression, she slowly opened her mouth. "Wait a minute. What are you saying? Divorce is a joke, right?" "It's no joke. You did something terrible to my family. Divorce is the only option. Don't joke with me. I'm your family too. Why are you siding with your sister?" "Shut up. You hurt my precious family. I no longer consider you family, but the worst kind of stranger." No, I don't want this." Leliani broke down crying and collapsed on the floor. Isaac and I continued to look at her coldly. Later, as Isaac had declared, he divorced Leliani. She was reluctant, but with her parents present, Isaac explained the situation. Fortunately, her parents were reasonable people. They acknowledged Leliani's fault and convinced her to agree on getting a divorce. After the divorce, Isaac visited us again with a gift. It was a brand new skirt for Hannah. "Wow, it's so cute. I thought it would suit Hannah. Do you like it?" "Yay. It's my favorite among all my skirts. That's great. Make sure to wear it a lot, Haga. I will. Thank you, Uncle Isaac. Fortunately, Isaac didn't seem too downhearted. He seemed more regretful about hurting Hannah than the divorce, but now it looks like he's healing from that wound. He will continue to shower love as a brother and as an uncle to Hannah. I am proud of him for standing up for Hannah and me, even if it meant getting a divorce. Thank you, Isaac. My words made Isaac